What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from RANTS. As always, with me on audio is my co-host Lance. Say hi, Lance.
Hey guys.
All right. So, as always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000, and we hope you guys will help us get there. Um, but today we're going to be talking about Harry Potter's Rupert Grint still ready to return as Ron Weasley. Now, judging by the picture of him, I would say it's almost far, far past due. Uh, I don't know if he could play the part anymore. What do you think?
I think it would depend on how they're going to do the storyline. Like, are they going to do it like 18 years later, like what they showed at the end of the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2, or if they're so if they jump it into the future, I don't think it would matter because none of them look 18 years older than they did then. So
Yeah, I could.
So if they do it that way, it would be okay, I think, anyway. But I still think that you could clean up, shave, or whatever, and still look young enough to play from where they left off anyway. So
Yeah. Well, I would say this: the one thing that worries me about that is the idea of something like the cursed child scenario. That's what
yeah,
worries me about it.
I don't think that if they're all going to come back for a movie like Rupert Grint and Daniel Radcliffe and Watson, all the main people are coming back for a movie. They're not going to do the Cursed Child. They're going to be like, nah, like that's not canon to them either.
I think that there would be too much of a fan backlash if they actually did do the cursed child.
I think so too
Um,
because I go on fan pages all the time,
no
and
one likes it.
most everyone's like, screw that, screw
Yeah.
that, screw
Well, I
that.
mean, and I mean this in full honesty. I don't know if I've ever truly just come across a Harry Potter fan that thought it was great. Now, there's some that thought it was okay, but there's
I thought it was when I first read it the first time. I thought it was okay for fan fiction.
mhm. But see, isn't that kind of funny that when we look at that book, we think of just nothing more than fan fiction. So
Well,
it's like
that's because that's all it
automatically,
is.
it felt like fan fiction. It didn't
Yeah,
feel real.
that's all it was. That's all it was.
Yeah,
You know,
and it
I
really
could
actually
not,
was.
I could not even believe J.K. Rowling would put her name on something like that. I was just,
And you know what? As someone that has, and the one thing that we've always, you and I have discussed this about Rick Riordan. Uh, we always kind of felt like Rick Riordan, he tried to play too much with his series, and I
well,
feel like he kind of ruined a little bit of
yeah.
it for
Honestly,
Percy Jackson.
What happened with Rick Riordan when it comes to the movies is when he first got the, I don't know, whatever the call saying, hey, we'd like to turn this into a movie.
Hmm.
He signed a contract that pretty much said that they could do whatever they wanted. They didn't need him.
Yeah,
So, whatever, what was it, like Warner Brothers or Universal Studios or whatever it was, completely screwed his stories up.
yeah,
And now with that show getting, they're going to do the Percy Jackson series on Disney. I read an article a few weeks ago where it said that him and his wife are going to be a lot more hands-on and have a lot more of the
yeah.
creative control that they wish they had had when these movies were first being made.
I'm
So
just like
yeah,
I'm just like talking about even like the books though. Like he just kept going with the books and going with the books until
well, when he
it
tried to
just
do
got silly after a while.
it was when he tried to do his little spin-off series.
Yeah. And see, I
With the
felt like
books. Like
J.K.
the original
Rowling.
Percy Jackson series stories were
Yeah,
phenomenal. I remember the first time I read them, I'm like, "Oh crap, this is the next Harry Potter."
yeah, I did. I thought the exact same thing too. But the thing is too, while I thought it was like the next Harry Potter, um,
But my thing is, like, I wouldn't if I had written a gem like Harry Potter. There's
mhm.
no way I would like. You could call me up and be like, "Hey, I really liked your story. Um, what if this happened?" And me be like, "Oh, you want to write a book about it? Go ahead." There's
Yeah.
no way I would do that. Like,
I'll tell you, there is no way that I would trust a multi-billion-dollar book with just two random guys that wanted to write a book, or anybody.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even let my own son
Anybody.
touch it. Let's just put it that
Yeah,
way.
absolutely, absolutely. And so I feel like, look, if they come back and it is for like the Cursed Child movie, I'm not even watching it.
No, I wouldn't watch that either. And I don't, but I actually don't believe that,
They would.
yeah, that Rupert Grint or any of these, Daniel Radcliffe or any of these actors would be up for a Cursed Child movie. I just
No,
don't
no,
believe
I don't
that.
think so either.
But
I don't think
one
so either.
one
Now,
thing.
if they did do another Harry Potter movie, and it like kind of picks up where they left off with their kids at the train station, like at the end of Deathly Hallows Part 2, I would be completely cool with that. Like, completely.
See, the one thing I would actually watch that, but again, it's like this Hogwarts Legacy. Fans are always
Yeah, but see,
asking the question: Is Harry Potter? When's Harry Potter going to show up?
but you know, if they did it with their kids, they would still be a part of it. You know, so people and fans would still get that out of these newer movies if they did it that way.
Yeah.
But I don't. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think that Harry Potter and Hermione and Ron and all them would be enough part of the story to keep fans hooked.
See, the one thing that worries me, and I don't know if you ever watched this anime growing up, but I did. Naruto. You ever watched?
No,
Naruto?
I didn't. I didn't.
All right. So I was a huge Naruto fan. And, they finished his storyline out, and then they tried to bring back a story with his son. And that story sucks, and a lot of fans don't like it.
That can be hit or miss, but the thing is also, I read online one time, like I go down these Harry Potter rabbit holes all the time. Mm-hmm. And I read online that J.K. Rowling herself had said that, a little fun fact is, after they left Hogwarts or whatever, Ron and Harry both became Aurors at the Ministry of Magic, and they completely changed the department. Maybe do a storyline about like that, them as young adults and going out into the world and getting their careers, and how did they change that department? Like maybe show us that.
Kind of like a Gotham, where you had Commissioner Gordon going and trying to, get the Gotham PD basically, back on track. Something along those kind
basically trying to get his house in order.
Yeah. So I mean, I would actually be for that.
I think that would be cool to see, like what kind of dark wizards evolved after Voldemort was gone. They're gonna. I mean, if they were Aurors later in life, the whole Auror department's job was to track down dark wizards and bring them to justice. If there's no other dark wizards, what have they been doing, and how exactly could they have changed that department? So maybe show us that storyline instead of the storyline about his kids, where later, if she wanted to, or if studios wanted to, they could always lead up to the Harry Potter kids thing,
If but kind of give it a test run first with like you said, Harry Potter as an Auror, and lead up in that way where he's still the main person, and then if his kid is popular enough in the show, then maybe make a spin-off of something like that. Right. But don't just make the kid spin-off right off the bat. I don't think that'd be a good idea.
I guarantee you, it would be a hit because it's Harry Potter. I mean, even for me, I would be like, "Oh, Harry Potter's back! I gotta see this! I gotta watch this! I gotta know everything that's happening."
Well, I mean, there's a few
I
questions.
Wish that before she did the movie. Another movie, she would write a book though, so I could read it.
I do too. I wish she would have done that with the Fantastic Beasts. I feel like Fantastic Beasts would have been so much better.
Like that. I kind of feel like that was my issue with Fantastic Beasts there for a while. Was like I got big into the Harry Potters, but I read the books way before the movies.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: like what is your biggest question that you would really want to know from life after Hogwarts for Harry Potter? I know with Rupert Grint's, with Ron, I would like to know how happy Ron and Hermione actually are. What would be some of yours?
Or even, yeah, that goes both ways though. Like Harry and Ginny.
Yeah,
Is
and
that was that the like love story that really lasted through the test of time or not?
yeah,
Like
yeah. Like I would want to
or
know a little bit.
Neville and Luna, or
Yeah,
I would still want to know some things about what these smaller side characters kind of did with their life outside of Hogwarts, or maybe that's where we get the Draco
yeah.
Malfoy. The Draco Malfoy redemption arc is how he was as a man instead of how he was as a boy. Like,
I think judging from a lot of these fan pages, that would be something that would be really interesting. That I think to change kind of how Draco was. There's some people that just literally hate Draco. I
and then
never,
there's people that absolutely love him.
yeah. See, me, I just kind of looked at him as like a school bully. I didn't really look at him as a villain
That's what I'm
that
saying.
much.
That's why I'm saying I would kind of like it that. That would be one of the things I would want to see the most. Actually, is we already knew what type of boy he was. Now I would want to know what type of man he became.
Yeah,
Once he kind of pulled away from his dad and pulled
yeah,
away from the pressures of being this uppity little shit,
yeah,
basically.
yeah. Yeah, I would like to know that as well. Like, I would like to see where they're going with that story. But as far as like Harry Potter, I mean Rupert Grint, Daniel Radcliffe, they could bring back that old cast, and I'd only be for it if they brought back the top three. Hermione, Ron, and Harry. Brought back the actors and
Well,
actresses for
yeah,
those three, and then I'd be cool.
I don't think they would be able to do anything if they didn't do that. But
Yeah, I think
I
that's the
mean,
only way it would work for me, at least. I think that'd be the only way.
uh, I would agree with that. And I think a lot of fans would too. And that's about all I really have on it. Is there's a lot of things I would like to know, but my main one I think would be about Draco Malfoy, honestly.
Yeah, I would like to. We did a video about maybe a redemption arc for him. Maybe that movie could actually be something where it could be his redemption arc. Maybe we could see these characters from a completely different light. I think that would actually be pretty interesting. But overall, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Y'all take care.